Every time you connect a device to the internet, you are dropping it into a hostile environment. Without a layer of protection, those invisible connections are an open invitation for malicious infiltration. The digital landscape has been populated by individuals probing and breaking into networks since the infrastructure was first built. It is a foundational, persistent reality of going online. Think of your personal network like a physical house. If you construct a home without a fence, doors, or locks, your property is completely exposed to anyone walking down the street. Now imagine moving that same house into a gated community. Suddenly, you have a security guard at the perimeter. When a visitor arrives, the guard checks their name against your approved guest list. Friends are granted access, while trespassers are turned away at the gate. Our devices require the exact same kind of perimeter defense. To survive the modern internet, your network needs a virtual boundary wall. It needs a firewall. This diagram illustrates exactly how that communication happens. Every piece of information your computer receives from the internet arrives as a network packet that enters your machine through a specific digital gateway called a port. If we break that packet apart, we find it carries three vital pieces of information: the source address, indicating where it came from, the destination address, showing exactly where it needs to go, and the actual content itself. You can see what one of those destination addresses looks like in the real world right here on this monitor label. That string of numbers is an IP address, and it ensures the packet finds the precise computer station it was sent to. This is where the firewall takes over. Sitting directly at these ports, it acts as your digital security guard, filtering the incoming and outgoing traffic based on a strict set of pre-configured rules. By reading the packet's details, it runs a split-second assessment. Data arriving from trusted websites is allowed inside, while malicious data packets and malware are immediately rejected at the perimeter. Understanding and filtering these distinct packet details forms the foundational logic required to spot and neutralize cyber attacks long before they can execute their code on your machine. We see this logic in action with this sorting diagram, representing the first level of defense, a packet filtering firewall. It compares every incoming and outgoing packet against established rules, like allowed IP addresses and port numbers, and automatically blocks anything that fails. But threats adapt, which requires a smarter defense. A stateful inspection firewall takes this a step further. Instead of just checking the basic rules, it actually verifies whether that incoming packet is part of an already established, legitimate two-way network connection. Then we reach the highest level of filtering, the proxy firewall, sometimes called an application-level gateway. Rather than just checking the traffic, this system inserts itself entirely between your computer and the internet, severing any direct connection. Think of it like giving proxy attendance for a friend. The firewall essentially pretends to be you. It goes out, interacts with the internet on your behalf, retrieves the secure data, and hands it back, completely masking your device's true identity from external servers. As malicious scripts and hackers grow more sophisticated, our defenses have to match their complexity. Relying on simple rule checkers is no longer enough. Networks require these complex, context-aware representatives to keep digital identities secure. So, how do we actually apply this logic to build a multi-layered defense for a private network? Let's map out a practical, step-by-step setup. Looking at this network map, step 1 is establishing the hardware perimeter. Devices like physical Linksys routers sit right between your internet gateway and your internal network, acting as that massive outer wall. Step 2 targets the individual devices. Software firewalls are programs installed directly onto your laptops and desktops. This creates a secondary, localized layer of protection right at the host level. Step 3 moves beyond external threats to internal control. In large multi-user environments like offices or educational institutions, administrators use these exact same layered configurations to proactively restrict user access to unauthorized content and applications. With cybercrimes making headlines daily, the hostile nature of the internet is a permanent reality. Relying on a single point of failure is dangerous. Setting up a multi-layered firewall defense is the exact mechanism required to transition from a vulnerable target to a fortified digital home.